So we started with a Nhyira Premium CA Success Framework, providing us with a 5-step framework that we must follow if we want to pass the CA examination. And in the part one that was on Monday, I think so, we spoke about the 4 key things and then our stream ended. So we are getting into the last one there for us to know about. So just a quick recap. We mentioned that the framework starts with a mindset. It is important you understand and avoid any last minute strategies because it's not going to work. You cannot wait 3 days to the exam, a week to the exam, and take a leave and think you're going to pass the exam. That attitude, that strategy will cause you to ultimately fail the examination. Number 2, you want to stop the excuses because the excuses of, oh, I don't have time, I am busy, my wife, my husband, my children, my boss, my work, and all that. Nobody cares about your excuses. So you have to get rid of the excuses if you want to do this in record time. And certainly, number 3, you want to make sure you are taking responsibility for your decisions and on this journey that you are on. Now, to be able to have the right mindset, it means you need to discipline yourself. Discipline is the key thing that you need to understand, and that is what distinguishes the success from the unsuccessful, the rich from the wealthy from everyone else at the end of the day. You need to be able to discipline yourself, and to provide you with the discipline that you need, definitely you require the right mentorship. And so that is what shapes your mindset to put you in the position to go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and most importantly, pass the examination. Then we said the second step in the framework is knowing about the syllabus. And so it is important you understand the structure of the syllabus, the scope of the syllabus, and then the content of the syllabus, what you are expected to know about before you head into the exam hall. Then the third thing is the exam. So once we have the right mindset, we understand the scope of the syllabus, then we need to go into the exam. Now, in the exam, we want to understand the structure of the examination. We want to know the verbs and the questions that the examiner is going to be asking us, and then we also want to know what are the expectations of the examiners. So if I'm writing financial reporting, what is the examiner expecting from me? If I'm writing public sector accounting and finance, what is the examiner expecting from me? If I'm writing whatever it is that I'm writing, management accounting, financial management, audit and assurance, strategic case study, what is the examiner expecting from me? We need to know about that. But in order to excel in the exam hall, there are 3 more things that we need to be mindful of, and that is to be able to work with speed and accuracy in the exam hall, because as always, the time is not going to be enough for us to work within the time given for the 3 hours. And so working with speed and accuracy is going to be very important for us to go into the exam hall and pass the examination. Not only that, we need to be able to control our emotions as well in the exam hall, because that is the only way we can excel. And certainly English language, because the examination, it's an English paper. And so at the end of the day, you have to know how to express yourself, how to write out your answers generally, your tenses and all that. That is all captured around the examination. And we mentioned that you can only work with speed and accuracy in the exam hall, control your emotions, work on your English language and your grammar if you come to the 4th step, which is studying. And so in studying, you want to identify your peak time. And we mentioned that your peak time is the time where you are of your best self, right? Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you are in alignment. All right. So you cannot close from work and you are tired and now you are opening book to study. No, it's not going to happen that way. You cannot be thinking about the bills and pick a book and say you're going to learn and it will stick. Nothing is going to stick. So you need to know your peak time. Then number 2, you need to have a steady plan. Okay, you cannot get up and say, oh, today I have financial reporting. Then you pick the financial reporting book. Then you ask yourself, what am I studying? So you need a steady plan. And we're going to be going into that in a moment, because I'm going to walk you through how you can prepare a steady plan. So it helps you to make sure you walk through the syllabus and put you in the position to pass the examination. And then suddenly you want to make sure you are attending lectures and you are participating fully in the class, because that is what will help you to be able to know what you are expected to know about in the syllabus as well as in the examination. So you want to make sure you attend the lectures and participate fully in the lectures, because that's how you position yourself to ultimately pass the examination. Then, in order to talk about studying, it is important you know your learning style. There are various ways that people learn. Some people learn using the repetitive strategy. What does that mean? It means before they can have something, they can remember something, they have to study it over and over again. Some people use the reading and writing strategy, meaning that they will read a thing, write it out over and over again. Some people use the read read loud strategy, which means they read, then they repeat it aloud. That's how they're able to have it stick. Some people study in groups. In other words, if they are studying with another person, then they're able to remember what they are studying pretty well. And so it is important you know your study style or your learning style, because that is what can position you to ultimately understand what you need to know about. But the most important thing is you got to be consistent. You cannot just get up and say that, oh, I'm going to study, but you never study. You got to be consistent. Sometimes maybe 30 minutes or 45 minutes. You don't need a long time, but you have to be consistent. You need to be studying. So consistency beats everything at the end of the day, and then you need to work on your memory. One of the things you must understand is this. My brain coach, Jim Quick, would say that information plus emotion equals long-term memory. So if you want to really have long-term memory about something, you want to attach emotions to it, because that's how you are able to remember a lot of the things that happens in your life. Many of the things that you remember, it's because of the emotion that you felt, you had. So for instance, maybe you were involved in an accident, or there was a fire outbreak, or there was something, and you can narrate it verbatim, word by word, frame by frame, and you can talk about everything. You can remember everything if you are calm. Why? Because of the emotion that you had and what you feel about the event. And so if you want to study, you want to remember the things that you are studying, you want to attach emotion to the thing that you are studying. So you cannot be studying just abstract. You cannot just see this as, oh, management accounting or accounting standards. There are a lot of things here. How can I remember all of these? You must mix that with emotions. And I'm going to be providing you with some blueprints as we proceed in the discussion. And that is what we mean by studying. So in the 5-step framework, you need to have your mindset right. You must know the syllabus. You must understand the structure of the examination. Then you must study. Then the fifth thing